Hey everyone, it's Matt Galvin from DCComicsNews.com, and this is my review of Man of Steel. I just got back from the Los Angeles premiere. There was no celebrities there. All of them were in New York. They did a webcast of the people in New York while we were waiting for the film to start. But I'll get right to the review. The first half of this review, non-spoilers, and then I'll tell you when I'm going to talk about spoilers, and I won't spoil too much. I'm not, to some background, I'm not the hugest Superman fan, even though I have Superman things behind me. Those are just signed. I like the character. I follow him. I've seen all the films. I read some of the comics. But Batman has always been my favorite DC character, and Superman I've never really clicked with Superman for whatever reason. I still like him. I think he's a great character, but he's just not one of my top tier. Having said that, this movie totally blew me away. Like, totally delivered, was amazing, was awesome. Zack Snyder really just hit this one out of the park. It is so good. First off the bat, I was worried because Zack Snyder doesn't have the greatest track record. I mean, Dawn of the Dead was good, but Watchmen was a little iffy for me. Some people love it. 300 was pretty good, but and Sucker Punch was terrible. So I was worried when I found out he was directing, but he just brought this really grounded it just like Nolan did Batman. They modernized Superman. They brought it into 2013. They made it relevant to today. They made him work. They made you care. And they just brought it up to date for younger audiences, for older audiences. It works to the canon. They changed some things, but nothing that's going to piss off fans. Nothing that's going to be like, oh, maybe one thing might piss off some fans at the end, but it's not that. I really doubt that it's going to be that big of an uproar with the change. But really, it's just the most faithful to the character and the comic book, and it's great. The action is insane. They topped Avengers, and I'm not saying that because I'm a DC fan and I own a DC website. I'm genuine. Because Avengers, I thought, had amazing action sequences, just the choreograph and the action. Man of Steel tops it. The fights in the cities, and they're just insane. This has seriously upped the bar for comic book action. Everyone's great. The cast is great. Superman, fantastic. Lois Lane was fantastic. Perry White was fantastic. Zod was fantastic. Everyone's really good. The acting's really good. Kevin Costner was great. The kids were great. I was worried that the kid actors weren't going to be that good. They were good. It is an origin story. However, it's told in a different, unique way. It starts with a little bit of the origin. Then it goes fast forwards to the future where he's an adult. Then he keeps going back to his memory of his past, and again, it's just they made Superman feel real and you can relate to him, and it's just action packed, and it's as good to me as, and I'm again huge Batman fan. It's as good as Batman Begins, not as good as The Dark Knight. However, for me to say it's as good as Begins is just one of the highest compliments. It's definitely raised the bar. Avengers 2 is going to have a hard time topping this with just action. The story's not the deepest story. It's just Superman's origin, and if you know that, it's not anything more than that. I mean, it still has heartful moments. It's not super deep, but it's a superhero film. I'm just saying I love comic books and I love comic book movies, but it's not anything that's more complex or deep than a comic book. And they did make it more adult than like the Marvel movies. That's what I'll give Warner Brothers and DC, is they make superhero films for adults. Well, all audiences can see it. It's PG-13. It is a little bit violent. People do die, but that's the difference between this and like Disney and the Avengers and the Marvel stuff. Is this is just for adults? Like Nolan's film, he's made this very mature, deals with a lot of adult topics. I mean, the opening of the movie is a birth. It's like an actual birth, and yeah, it's just comic book movies for adults, and it's great. Alright, now I'm going to talk about a little bit of spoilers, so if you don't want to know any spoilers, stop this video review, because this is where the spoilers are going to start. Okay, so references to the other DC universe. The only thing they had is LexCorp. Not a big deal, but they do reference LexCorp. Superman does get thrown into a Wayne Tech satellite, so there's a Bruce Wayne reference, but that's really... Sorry about the... my arm's starting to hurt from holding this out so long. That's really it. There's not many other references besides that. There wasn't like a Martian Manhunter or anything like that. They definitely set it up. It ends with Clark finally going to the Daily Planet, so you don't really get the sense of Clark Kent news reporter, which is fine. They set it up for the next one. He gets the glasses and the disguise and starts working at the Daily Planet. That's how the film ends. The controversial thing, again, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Do not watch this part if you don't want to be spoiled about anything. Is at the end of the film. I don't even know if I should say this, but again, this is spoilers. At the end of the film, Superman does kill Zod. I won't explain how, but he does. And so seeing Superman kill someone, he's forced to kill him. He doesn't really have a choice. However, this is the first time we've seen Superman kill someone. And I thought it worked fine. I thought Superman had to do it, and I think it made sense. And again, this is realistic. Sometimes you can't hold your punches. Sometimes you have to do it. You have no choice. You know, it's like war. He's killing millions of people. You make a decision. And it went against everything, and it took everything in Superman's power. He really didn't want to kill him, but he had to. I'm fine with this change. I know some diehards won't be, but that's like the biggest controversial change is Superman does kill. At only one guy. The other thing is it's a lot of alien tech. They really play that up and downplay the Smallville stuff. They still have a lot of Smallville stuff, but it's more about the alien side, I would say, than that family. They still show both a lot. But it's definitely, this is the most, like, really dealing with he's an alien from a different planet, and these are aliens coming from his planet, and all the invasion and stuff is the second half of the film. The first half is the origin. So it's split 50-50. It's hard because nowadays with films, we've seen everything, like anything you can imagine we've seen with special effects and CGI and all that. And it's hard to say that there was anything in the film that I had never seen before, like didn't like open my mind, like it's, it was, but it just topped everything that's been done. So it's bigger than the Avengers special effects. If you like that last scene, the action is 10 times bigger. You can tell that the DCU guys, the guys who did the DC animated film, storyboarded a lot of the action because they know how to choreograph well, and the action scenes are again insane. There's a lot of clever stuff. There's a lot of really well writing. Again, only one scene I really didn't like, and it felt forced, and that was the church scene. But I get it. Superman is an analogy to Jesus, so I get why that scene is there, but I just think it was really unnecessary. That's my own personal opinion and personal taste, but I just thought that was a really forced scene. Everything else fit and flowed. But Superman in the church scene, that was it. And it's a really short scene, it's like 2 minutes. But really, this movie, I give it a 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. It's great, go see it. I'm Matt for DC Comics News. Please like this and comment, and like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Thanks for watching.